she's a whore. She's a whore. She's going out with everybody. And she's a thief. She steals a fur coat from, I forgot the actor's name. But anyway, she's not a likable character. She's a mess. And so, what does this do when men watch this stuff? Subliminally, it's leaving this imprint in their head. And they're just waiting for their wife or their girlfriend to start whining or trying to boss them around like he's seen on TV over and over and over again. He's on the watch for that. This causes strife within marriages. This causes women to look at their own bodies and say, I'm not good enough, I'm not tall enough, I'm not muscular enough, I'm not, I'm not ever going to be a movie star or anything. I've got to go out now and get plastic surgery. I've got to go to the gym. I've got to hire a trainer. I've got to buy new clothes. They fill industries with this.
What's up, Sunil Sharma? Yo. Sunil Sharma, yo. Sunil Sharma, yo. Wow. Sunil Sharma, yo.
What? Bad honor for my first live stream ever that all you great people is here for. That all you great people is here for. My moment. Oh, brother. I'm trying to read the chat and troll resignation. Charles don't want us to talk, but I like looking at them because it's so sad that they're trolls, right? Hey, did you guys know that most trolls are killed by a family member by the time they're 25? Yeah. Most of them get cancer by the time they're 15, so lifespan. Trolling from prison, from the prison library. And some of them are actually found under bridges because the parents didn't want anybody to find them. They left them under the bridge. That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a troll joke about how even your parents can't stand you. Most trolls have a history of being thrown out of the house. They're bitter and they're twisted, and there's a reason they're trolls and they're not a part of the game like we are. They're jealous because we have a president that we love, and we have lots of international friends. They don't. So, trolls can learn. I didn't know that. Walnut sauce. Kathy Griffin style. I want to talk about this because these Hollywood jokers have been getting away with this stuff for a long time, where they think they can chop the heads off people and shoot people, and that's going to be funny. And so, I like to give them a little bit of their own medicine back, and I plan on starting an art gallery of my own where all these people have big gunshot wounds to the face and other things like knives stuck in their head and stuff. It's just a joke. It's just Hollywood style humor. So yeah, so I'm excited. I'm very excited about this. This is a very exciting day for me. I woke up and I said, what am I going to do a video about? Because I'll tell you another thing I'm interested on is this disappearing people in parks. This has really got my interest up. And Biden is faking it to make people go soft on him. Thank you. This necklace, somebody just complimented my necklace. It's got a little alligator on it. So yeah, these trolls, just let them roll. They're so sad. I feel bad for them. Let them have some fun. Go ahead, troll me. I don't care. It means I've got more views. So yeah, I wanted to talk about the sense of humor that Hollywood is trying to pull off, and all this stunts that Hollywood is trying to pull off, like this last thing they did when they shamed themselves for being white supremacists. So I think we know where the white supremacists are now, huh? We can all sit down and go to bed, because I'm not a white supremacist, but I think we found out that Hollywood is the white supremacist. So Billie Jean King is a man. Human trafficking, and that comes from John Pasquale. Brian Connor says human trafficking, stealing kids. That's right. Hello, girlfriend, PJM. Hi. And somebody says hit the like button. Yeah, I didn't have any special things going today for this. I thought, well, if I could make this work, this would be great. Probably nobody will see it. But look, there's people here. I can't believe it. Now I'm switching back over to 411. This is Stream of Consciousness Sunday. Stream of Consciousness Sunday. That's what it is. Okay, I'm getting all kinds of interesting tweets here. I'm going to answer this one. Do I think that Carter was his name, her name? I think it was a girl, the Anderson Cooper's sister. I think it was a girl. I don't know what happened there, but let's put it this way: there could have been another boy. I'm saying I'm thinking about how she could be somehow related to he, because I don't think Carter was a boy. I think Carter was a girl. Carter looks just like a girl, very pretty girl actually, and I think that what happened was she didn't want to go along with any of this, and she was actually living with a girl. She was a lesbian. You know, I mean, you got to take a look at the picture of this Carter. It looks just like a girl, and I think she was sacrificed. Now, that being said, could they have faked the suicide, quote unquote, and taken Carter down and transed Carter into a man? Look, these people are sick enough to have a girl transed into a man playing a girl, the sister. They're that sick. They would do that. And well, I could sit here and look for the troll, but it's really not worth it, is it? There's more nice people than there's trolls. And yeah, the Carter was a very cute. If it was a boy, it was a pretty boy, a real pretty boy. But I'm wondering about the Kathy Griffin thing, because they do seem abnormally close, and that thing is a mess. That Kathy Griffin thing is a mess, and it is but ugly. I mean, I have never. Oof, man, oof. So I don't know what happened to it. Did they take Carter, trans it into a man, and then have it portray a woman? Well, I can't discuss the King of England because I don't know anything about that. I don't know about the King of England. But what, have they got a new king or something? Or is there going to be a new king? Is it the creepy... So, yeah. So, I don't know about Kathy Griffin. I think they could be related. I do. Because they act abnormally close. And they're all related anyway, I think. I think they're all related to each other. So, the new King John III. I don't know anything about that, but I'll look into that. I'll look into that new king. It's a man. I think Trump is the new king too. I think he's got to be a king. He's got to come from king bloodlines because of the way he's so. First of all, he has so many. It's unbelievable what this guy's done. So many talents and skills and abilities to be able to. Who in all these years has been able to say that they could take down the Federal Reserve? He's got an ability to put people together, you know. He the new king is bad. Are you saying the new king of England is bad? It wouldn't surprise me, but I'm talking about President Trump. President Trump is a king in my eyes and always will be. So, so anyway, yeah, Prince William's wife and Lady Diana. Well, you know, there's a whole video about all of that that I did with 107, and he talked about the Knights of the Round Table and how it's all DNA and it's all inbreeding, but they're inbreeding for the Antichrist. That the Antichrist can enter through this DNA. And so I don't know what's going to happen with all of that. But like I say, this is worldwide. I believe we're all going to be watching worldwide military tribunals. Because you've got to look at it this way. The jurisdiction is worldwide. These crimes, they've been committing these crimes all over the world. Other people have been coming over here and committing crimes. Our deep state people have been going over there and committing crimes. It's all across, you know, it's all over, it's global. Because they want a new world order. It's global. So I think the trials could be, the military tribunals could be global. And it would be pretty exciting when we could all watch the trials together. And, so, yeah. And look, don't say Jesus is king, because we all know that. That's a given. I'm talking about here on earth, that we have people who are kings here on earth that have a character, that have a noble character. And yeah, of course, Christ is king. God is king. If you really want to make it, if you really want to go that far, God gave us Christ. So, you know, you have to kind of put that in the given category. And now look here. What do we have? We have a bunch of lizards. We have a bunch of what I think are truly a parasitic bloodline. And I do believe there's...
Kiwi lover, Linda. So
and, the queen is
this chick, I've been trying to get her attention on her chat. It's her very first live stream, but when I say... when I do a show and I say my sources, like this is where I got my news from the day, this is some opinions that I share from other folks. McAliisterTV, Linda Paris, is one of those 20 to 30 different people that I watch. But this is her first live stream, and she keeps saying, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea. But she's got fucking almost like 1,600 people watching. So I figured I'd live stream her. She won't care.
That's the first thing I do. I get up, I have a one-on-one with God. I met God. I did meet him, person.
Kid-size animal
Personal
crackers.
experience where I got to meet God.
How about we go hang out with John Podesta and have some animal-sized kid crackers?
But anyway, I just figured everybody knows that. However, there is one thing I want to put out there. I saw this. I don't know if any of the rest of you saw this. It rocked me to my core when I saw it. This happened in 2016. And I think it was the Globe, maybe, or maybe it was the New York Post. And I even wonder about some of their patriotic headlines on the New York Post. Maybe they're trying to make up for this.
Yay, birds.
I don't want to sully.
All right, so these noodles suck.
But
they're really, really
the
gross.
headline read, "Where's your God now?" Question mark. This was when all the refugees were coming over here and Trump was just running. He hadn't won yet. Where's your God now? Question mark. Somebody, I keep looking for that headline and they've scrubbed it from the internet.
Ugh.
It was either, but I saw it.
I gotta go put salt in
dreamed
these.
that. I saw that. Where's your God now? And I thought, what? Who? How dare they? I just got all angry at that. And I thought, well, you better watch out saying stuff like that. And I got all indignant. And then it disappeared and I haven't been able to find it. They took it away. Especially now. You can't find any trace of that because they don't want their magazine to be associated with that headline. Where's your God now? If anybody ever sees that, please send that to me because I want to know who made that headline. I'm never going to forget about that. Where's your God now? Because I'd like to do a video about that. And I'd like to ask them, are they still wondering where God is? Have you seen him yet? He's here. He's everywhere. That really made me mad. And that really showed me what these people were about. They are not about God. I can tell you that. Anybody that would write, where's your God now, is not about God. So, do clones exist? Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. I'm absolutely 100% convinced. I've heard it from everyone. And also, never mind that. When you have Joseph Mengele living in South America, a lot of these people were supposed to have been executed at Nuremberg. That's another thing. They're all running loose. Well, what happened at Nuremberg? They had robotoids. They were still working on the clone thing, though. But then what happens? Joseph Mengele pops up over in South America, and suddenly there's a whole village of twins. A whole village of twins, and you can look that up. There's a whole village of twins in South America because Mengele was living there. So they've been working on this for a very long time. I believe they were cloning in the 1920s. The Nazis were. And they brought that over here when they came over here with paperclip. And of course, the Hollywood people, they're going to clone those people because these people don't have any, they're wicked. These people are wicked. All they care about is their money. And they're not going to leave just one. If they can copy it, they're going to. They're going to make sure if one of them goes down or gets a mind of their own, you know, starts getting too much power, they're going to take that one out and put another one in. And what they do is they do something to them, and then they transfer their consciousness into the clone. But all this stuff gets lost, you know, it's not a perfection. The technology is not perfected. And that's part of their issue too, why they're so ugly. Because they haven't perfected that technology yet. Also. So,
oh, Kiwi, that's right up my alley.
Talk about pedivores.
I'm gonna write that person down.
You know what's really interesting?
I don't know if you're still here.
That, I was thinking about that word yesterday, because when I'm here on my day off, I try not to do anything, but all these facts are in my head, and I end up thinking about it while I'm doing other things. And I was thinking about pedivores, and I was thinking these people are necromancers. They're necrophiles. This is all about death. They love death. Pedivores, they love death. It's sickening. It really is sickening. And this is like the stuff that you read about in creepy novels that you just thought, robbing graves and all this stuff. And you thought, nobody does that. That's just in movies or in, yeah, they do. They do this. They're in love with death. This is another reason why I don't think they're human, because how could they be human and love the death of humans? It seems like they love it because it's us that is dying, not them. Death is life to them. That came up. Deborah Elliott right there. Death is life to them. That
Kiwi sounds like right up my alley. I wrote them both down. I wrote
Death
Flatten the Curve, and I wrote
they need our death.
Yuta Saba the Psychic. So I got them both.
They need to eat that.
I'll find her.
The DNA does something to them. They get high off of it, for one. That's one thing. But it does more than that. It mends the damage into their skin and stuff, because I think they've all been cloned. I do. And I asked Gene about this. I said, do you think that clones are doing adrenochrome? And he said, yeah. So I'm not sure how that works, but it does look like they're all doing it. And not for 1 minute do I believe that all of them are not cloned. I don't know which bodies they're in when they're, you know what I'm saying? Some of them have clones, but they've never been in them, I think. But I think there's defects with all of them, with their inbreeding, with their, just all the stuff they do. I think they have problems early on. And like did you notice that Madonna, it was really interesting to me because I'm starting to notice these people. And if, what's her name? The French singer that looks like a dead witch, I can't think of her name, Celine Dion. If Celine Dion ever goes away, she's going to come back all porky, like Madonna did. Remember Madonna had the skinny arms that looked like a dead person's arms? And now they come back chubby. I don't know why. The same thing happened to David Chappelle. The same thing happened to him. Chappelle, he came back fat. They all do. And so I think that has something to do with their new cloning that they have, because they're trying to solve all these problems. That's why I'm so interested in these park disappearances. I think they're tracking a lot of people. I think they're experimenting on a lot of people. And if you listen to some of these park people who they were found alive without their shoes and stuff, kind of like the ones that disappeared, all the circumstances were the same. But they say things like, I don't know why, but I felt compelled to do this, or I felt compelled to take my shoes off and all my clothes on. So you have a tendency to think that somebody took them and did all this stuff to them, but a lot of them are saying they felt compelled to do it. I think some of them are being tracked, and they have chips and stuff, like the scientists that have all disappeared up in the Yosemite or someplace. A whole bunch of scientists have disappeared, and they're German scientists. So that's weird. That's not a coincidence. So, yeah, you're saying Bohemian Grove. I think they're going to shut that down. But it is out there in California. And, I've only read a little bit of the Bible because I shut it when I found out. I thought, you know what? I have a personal relationship with God. I'll just let him tell me what to read. But I did start reading, especially about the flood. And the thing that really, really struck me about that was how long it took for the water to go down. And I think about that all the time when I'm waiting for something. I think about, well, you have to wait like Noah had to wait. The water didn't go down right away, but everything was okay. I mean, the water slowly went down. It took time. It wasn't like a miracle, like it didn't just disappear and they got off the boat. No, they had to wait. They had to wait like we have to wait. And it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I'm so excited for when the water settles down and we can get out of the boat. But yeah, I think a lot of things are like that. right now, that we have to wait for the process to happen. You know, they come out with that headline, "Where's your God now?" Well, we had to wait. We had to pray. We had to do all these things to see these manifestations. We had to make that happen. And look at what's happening. I mean, it's unbelievable. And just because other people don't see the miracles that are happening right now doesn't mean they're not happening. They're happening every day. And so it's unbelievable, I think, the presence of God on this earth right now. And I feel sorry for people who don't see it, really, because they've got a long road ahead of them. And we're a little bit ahead of them in this whole thing. So, Mud Fossil University, I've heard about that. And one of those things and she lost. And think about this. Think about our president with like 25,000, 10,000, 11,000, 30,000, all these people, all these filled auditoriums. And think about that big orange butt, that big orange pantsuited butt standing on a flatbed truck in the middle of a field with about 5 people wandering around. So they're creating quite an illusion on TV with all their stuff. You know, their bells and whistles and their photoshopping and their fake events and everything like that. They're creating an illusion like that this is possible and that it will be possible. And you can bet that they're going to come out with all these grand. You remember what they did last time, where they had her standing like on one of these Hitler-like things, and then you know, everything big and tall like the Third Reich, and then Gaga came out. This is no lady, by the way. Gaga came out and all dressed like a Nazi, and it was very New World Order, like, you know, Sieg Heil. That's what it was like. Sieg Heil, Sieg Heil. And yet we know that with all of that, all those people were paid to be there. That probably there weren't 20 people there that weren't paid, because she couldn't have a rally in a field with more than 5 people there. There she is standing there on a flatbed truck with a handful of people wandering around. Same with Biden. I don't know how these people think they're going to keep this facade on, but it is really interesting. Why aren't I president? I'm supposed to be president. He's killed more people than me with his coronavirus death toll. Why aren't I president? She wants to know. She says that every night before she goes to bed. You know she does. She says it all day long. She mumbles it all day long. Why aren't I president? Why aren't I president? It's the Trump-loving media. She's crazy. You know she's crazy. You know this has driven her crazy. Have you seen the new face of it? Have you seen the new Hillary? It's got a big face. It's got a great big face. What are they doing? Have you seen the new Hillary? Really, it's frightening. They brought this thing out once before, and then they pulled it back, and then they brought another one out, and they pulled that one back, because that one's been going on television in a moo-moo, looking so bad. So then they pulled this other one out. He's like got a smile. It's just like this big on her face. It like kicks up half her face. It's got a picture of her saying, he. So I don't know a lot. I even think about, what's his name, Tom Petty. And Tom Petty came out, we don't like Trump either, him and his family. It doesn't even look like Tom Petty. It really does not. I think a lot of these people are not the same people. I do. Like Tom Petty, he looks young and he's got big teeth. There's something wrong. There's something wrong with him. So yeah, I would like to do this a lot. I'm really enjoying this. You can send me a message on McAliisterTVonline.com. I don't get any of my messages, because what YouTube has done is had a bunch of trolls infiltrate my email account. So